all the talk here in the Philippines right now is the tourist visa. So let's take a little closer look at it, and I'll help you understand it better. To my channel. Today is Friday, the 18th of February, and the new tourist visa has been going for just over a week now. About 10,000 arrivals on the tourist visa. Most things are going pretty well from what I understand. Seems to be still a little confusion on the visa extension. Some offices don't seem to be on board with it, but others are, and people have already gone in and got their first extension. And that's what I wanted to get into about, is so you can understand how the visa, the tourist visa works, and so that you can understand, because there's a few little things about it, and I don't think most people know this, even people that's been here, maybe many times. And first thing I'll do is I'll refer to before, and when I say before, I'm talking about the time during COVID. Doesn't count, okay? Because there were some special things done that allowed people to come in, married people, those with children, and they used a 9A visa. And so if we try to use any of that and reference it, it's going to really cause a lot of problems and confusion. So I'm going to reference to before, and it's before COVID, and then now, which basically everything is the same as it was before. Yes, there are more requirements for you to come in, but I'm going to talk about the visa, okay? And the visa we're talking about is the tourist visa, and this is for visa-free countries, 157. You have two different categories of people that can come in. You have visa-free, okay, and then you have restricted. Restricted means you have to have a visa before you can come here. These are countries like Afghanistan and Nigeria and things like that, and probably nobody from there is watching my channel. Okay, so we're talking about Western countries, and there are quite a few of them, and before and now you're able to come here without getting a visa ahead of time. So that's where we're going to talk about. So you've made the requirements, you've jumped through the hoops for that, you made it through the airport, you're at immigration, you get the stamp, you're now in the country. Everything's good. That's 30 days, okay? It's free, you don't pay for it. But it is not a tourist visa, okay? It is a visa waiver. You're not on a visa, okay? So hold on to that, and don't be worried about it, okay? Now, you're going to go to, after you've been here a few weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, or even a week, some people have already been going in. You are going to go into immigration, and you're going to get your first extension, okay? You are not going to get a tourist visa. You're not going to extend a tourist visa. You're going to extend your visa waiver, and you get 29 days. So when they say, oh, you can only have 1 month, don't be alarmed by that, okay? Because that's the process. It was this way before, and it's this way now. This time you will get a receipt, okay? It's called an OR. Everything's called an OR here, official receipt. It's going to look like this, okay? And if you've looked at some other videos, a big channel here, Geo in the Philippines, I think it is, he put up one with a picture from a friend of his with his visa extension to show that, yes, they are given extensions, okay? But if you zoomed in on it, you would see it said visa waiver. And so you're like, wait a minute, it's not a tourist visa. Don't be alarmed, okay? This is how it works. There's a magic number here. It's 59 days. Okay, the first 59 days you are in the Philippines, you are not on a visa. You're on a visa waiver. So you got 30 days free, at the airport. Now you've gone in and they gave you 29 more days, okay, with a visa waiver extension, say. So this is where people get real confused. And a lot of people don't even know it. They think that they just got a tourist visa. They did not. Okay, so now you've decided you want to stay past 59 days. Then when you go in, now you are actually going to get a tourist visa. And you're applying for the 9A tourist visa, but it's not called a tourist visa. It's called a temporary visitor visa, okay? They, nowhere in immigration here do they even refer to tourist visa, hardly at all, only like a couple places, okay? It is called a temporary visitor visa, so don't be alarmed about that neither, okay? That's a tourist visa, okay? At that time, you actually get your visa. The whole reason for the 59 days is because people come in for many different reasons. A student visa, a working visa, even the SRRV. So there's a 59-day window for you to go to get to the country with no problems. You're in, everything's settled. Now you go to BI, Bureau of Immigration, and you work out the details of the visa you're going to be on, okay? The working visa, the SRRV, the student visa, and there's 23 different visas that you come in here on. So that's the reason for the 59 days. It's not new. It's the way it was before, okay? This is my receipt from 2015, the last time I entered the Philippines. I've been here since, never left. That's my last one from 2015. Okay, same thing. And you'll see the mount is also the same as the one shown in the picture on Gio's video. Okay, the price hasn't changed. Okay, so now you've extended past 59 and you are going to get the tourist visa. At that time, you're also going to get the ACR I-card. And that's, nowadays it's white, looks like this, okay? This is your ACR card. It's basically only an identification card from immigration. It's required by law, you have to have it. If you get a bank account, you usually got to show one. Most banks want this. You also don't have to carry your passport because you're carrying this, okay? That's another thing. But I've seen a lot of people get confused on this also. They think this is their visa, and it is not. This is good for 1 year. But if you don't have a visa, if you don't extend your visa, you leave the country, your visa is canceled. Okay, you can't return on that same one. Your card is still good. It's good for a year. But that doesn't mean you have a visa. And I've seen a lot of people get confused about this I-card. It is only an ID card, period. That's it. And the tourist visa nowadays is white. Permanent resident visa, like this one I have, is gold, okay? And there's different colors, like if you're a student visa and things of that nature. Okay, so there's the I-card. You have to get that when you go past 59 days. And now you're going to pay a pretty hefty fee, but you get to go 2 months, okay? And in some cases, depending on the office you go to, they may allow 6 months, okay? It's been, depending on the office you go to, whether the right person is there that can sign off on it. They have to be a certain level employee there. I don't know. But you can get 6-month visas in some cases, but don't count on it. Count on being able to get the 2 month. Okay, and this is 2 months that I got, and this was back in 2015, and the prices are still the same. But on that first one, there are some extra fees that are added in, okay, along with the ACR card. And you also have the express lane fee. There's a whole nother story about the express lane fee. I'm going to do a separate video about it, so that you can understand it and why it's not such a bad thing. Okay, a lot of people complain about it. They call it corruption and all kinds of stuff, but it's not. So I'm going to do a separate video because it'll just make this video way too long, much longer than it needs to be. Okay, so Now you've gone the second time and you're actually going to get the tourist visa. The cost, and this was for me back then, was $7,541. Okay, it's going to be just about the same now. Okay, so that's only when you get past 59 days are you actually getting your tourist visa. You're not on it before that. Now, that's not how much it's going to cost you each time you go back to get more extensions. Okay, the next one after this was 2,930, and most of them are that. But then you get to the point where you pass 6 months and you have to pay an extra 1,400 pesos for an alien registration certificate. Sounds like the ACR card, but it's not. It's different. You only pay that once during the 3 years that you can stay here. Okay. And yes, you can still stay 3 years, but it dates back to your arrival date, including your visa waiver time, not when you get your tourist visa, which is 2 months after you've been here. So now that I've got everybody completely confused, basically what I'm saying is don't worry about it, okay? It's the process is a lot of information, bad information has been put out there, so now people are really going to be all uptight when they try to go to immigration, and they're going to tell you, oh, we can only give you 1 month, and you're going to go, oh my God, what's going on? First it was 30 days, now it's 2 months, 59 days, and all this. No, don't worry, everything's fine. Okay, so don't get all upset about it. Don't worry about it. Be careful what you read about it, because a lot of people do not understand this process, and they get people real confused with a lot of bad information out there. And they're not doing it on purpose, obviously. They just don't understand the process. That's why I wanted to sit down and go over visa waiver and your different extensions. Okay, so basically, welcome to the Philippines, and welcome back to the Philippines for those that haven't been able to get here for a while. And I will get back with a video on the express lane fee to help everyone try to understand it. Once you do understand it, you'll be like, okay, so it's not so bad. Yeah, you pay a little bit more money, but there are reasons for it, okay? So there we go. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Please share this with anybody that is traveling here. It may help them out. It's definitely going to be stressful for anybody going to immigration right now because of all the stuff they've been hearing. Once they can get in, get their extensions, get their tourist visa, things are going to settle down. It's going to be like this for a little while. Hold on. Don't get worried. It's going to be fine. All right? Take care.